Greetings, this is Vane and welcome back to Let's Play Avernum 2, where we are going to Amara. The toll to cross the bridge across the river is 5 coins. After all you've done for Avernum, you would think that the guard might consider giving you a break. Alas, it is not to be. Let's pay them. You pay and the relieved guards let you through. Yeah. Okay. Sign depicts a simple gold ankh. A tall, thin blonde woman sits cross-legged in front of a brazier, from which incense smoke billows. When you approach, she turns a serene gaze up to meet you. I am Miranda. Welcome. Were you meditating? I seek a way for peace and tranquility when all that around is death. Is peace even possible? A dream, perhaps unattainable, perhaps naive, but look around. Truly, what other dream is there worth having besides being able to seek one's life path in peace? The Empire is deaf to us all. Perhaps all people do is try to find ways to kill each other. I see it in them, I see it in you, I saw it on the surface. All I can do is heal them when they fall in the hope they can regain some wisdom in their recuperation. She sighs and half a smile flits across her face. Heavens, I should sound naive. Oh well, thank you for the time. City Hall. The secretary for City Hall snoozes gently behind his desk, almost totally obscured by the huge stacks of paper before him. The plate on his desk says Duckworth. Excuse me, can you help us? When you ask, he grumbles and lifts slightly in his chair. Hey, wake up. He grunts, shifting his chest, mutters, go away, and starts to snort. Whether he's exhausted from overwork, lazy, or suffering from narcolepsy, it's clear you won't get any help from him. A huge bearded bear of a man sits at the end of the table reading a scroll unhappily. It would seem quite out of place in these lovely surroundings were it not for his mayor's sash. He looks up. Ha! Adventurers. Hello, I'm Bevan, Mayor of Almaria. Greetings, Your Honour. How are you keeping yourself occupied? Puts down his scroll, pick up another one and sighs. Keeping things running and staying out of the way of the military mainly. Are there lots of military folk around? Amara is the safest town in Avernum and the most central, so we're the supply depot for the whole army. He waves at the ocean of paper before him. It's a nightmare of paperwork, but at least we aren't under attack. He looks across the table at you. You adventurers? You're probably looking for a mission. As a matter of fact, yes, we would love a mission. Mayor Bevan looks somber. One of our more unstable mages, who went by the name of Sixus, suddenly started to believe we wanted him dead. He disappeared. I'd like you to find him and make sure he does nothing to aid the Empire. Do whatever it takes. Thank you for talking to me. Sixus. You enter a passage. A magical voice says, "Authorized people only. The traps ahead are deadly, and the quest to rob Almara is futile." You walk further into the secret passage. It's quiet. There is a faint smell of ozone in the air. Lightning. In the passage to the west, small sparks are flying off the floor. A large portion of Mara to the north is a major army supply outpost and supply depot. As you pass the gate, guards check you to make sure you have at least soldier clearance. Then they let you by. Iron longsword. You find a small private military dock from which supplies and soldiers shipped to the northern cities. Looking around, it's quite clear that Almara is a supply hub for the entire Avernum army. Beast pens, shoulder clearance. I've heard rumours of places like this. Avernum keeps magical creatures here in the hope they might come in handy in attacks on the Empire. The pens are unguarded. The contents must be able to defend themselves. Ooh. But I was warned. Basilisk. Turn to stone. That's enough of that. You hear something. Someone to the north coughs. You look closer. There's nobody there. You walk forward. Suddenly the stillness of this dusty road is broken by a loud roar. Dust flies outward as Empire soldiers start appearing at the north end of the warehouse. They were hiding there invisibly. It appears to be some sort of surprise raiding party, skilled and well equipped. And judging from the looks of irritation and surprise in their faces, they didn't expect a band of adventurers to stumble over them. The nearby guards call for help. The attackers charge. The guards behind you ready missiles, and you, as usual, are in the middle. So we're staying out of there then. There is a very small woman sitting by the table. You blissfully reading. She seems oblivious to your presence. You clear your throat. She looks up at you regretfully. I'm Abby. She returns to her reading. Can you help us? She looks up at you, somewhat irritated. I'm really quite busy. I'm sorry. She looks back at her book. It's about Sixus. We need information about him. Her head pops up. Oh, you're going to try and find poor Sixus. Poor fellow. Good mage, but not quite right in the head. Thinks we want him dead, so he packs off and runs and takes a lot of secret stuff with. Odd fellow, I hope you don't have to kill him. He is very bright and secretive. Bright and secretive in what ways? Secretive in that he wanted to build a hidden tower way out in the middle of nowhere with no help from anyone. Bright in that he did it magically. He's probably in that tower now. Do you know where his tower is? He never told anyone where it was, not even me and Bevan, his only friends. She thinks. Actually, he did say something. When he built his tower, he said that to get there he had to take a boat north from Malmara. After sailing out the great cave to the north, he would follow the coast around to the east, landing at some tunnel. He also said it helps. He said it helps. He also said it was south of a chasm in a really isolated place. Hope that helps. She returns to her reading. Quartermaster's office. There was a scarred, balding, and richly odoured man sitting at a desk. He returns at you, believed to be able to ignore his papers for a while. Greetings, call me Captain Dirk. Hey, part of the army. I'm quartermaster here. I look after supplies and boats and stuff. What's a quartermaster? I'll keep track of all we got here and send it to where they need it. That's all I wanted to know. Okay. You meet an aged, dark-skinned man who moves around with uncommon grace. He bows deeply to you at the waist. I am Julio. Can you tell me what you do exactly? I train those who would be adventurers after me, those who still have the youth to explore. Were you an adventurer once? I've been down here 15 years now. Spent most of that spent wandering, and most of the time spent looking for an exit to the surface. I take it you never found an exit. Sadly no, but someone else did. In the last place I was going to look. Met them. Can't do it now. Empire owns that land. Here they sealed it up, but good. Total waste. Still, another exit will be found one day. No, not by me. And when it is, I'll walk there, even if I'm 100. You met the people who found the exit? Yes, a group of adventurers, much like yourself. Amazing fellows, very competent. They found the exit in the tunnels west of Fort Remote. Can't get to it now. I suggest you talk to those adventurers, but they disappeared. They were quite famous down here. Then one day they were gone. Maybe they escaped to the surface. No one knows for sure. It was something else. We could use some training. Gladly. I require only a modest fee for my services. Can you tell me what you do exactly? We do a lot of exploring too. Really. There was this place I would love to travel. It's called Waterfall Warren. It's a maze of rapids west of Fort Vane. If you could go through them and tell me a safe route, I would gladly pay you. Okay. We don't need to train. Shannon's weaponry. You meet a woman with short curly hair and pale skin, even by Avernum standards. You would think that she was born here. She puts down the rapier she was sharpening and greets you. I'm Shannon. What do you sell? She waves the weaponry around her. You can buy all of this if you have the cash. It's tough getting good weapons and armour in these times, but we're clever. You said where? Who else works with you? Well, Jay and I only came down here 2 years ago, but we were good scroungers on the surface world, and we're better here. Thing about a lot of fighting, there's plenty to salvage. Where do you find your salvage? We search passages around here for battlegrounds. It's grisly work, but Avernum needs weapons more than scruples. I do have a few high quality weapons pulled off the bodies of dead Empire troops. Okay. Can I take a closer look at your weapons? Not that it matters because we can't afford any of them. Well, we can, but we don't want to. I need to buy me some more picks. Jay's old armor shop. It's a tall, skinny guy behind the counter polishing a shield. He's really pale like all the citizens of Avernum, but not as pale as most. He even has a tiny bit of colour in his cheeks. Hi, he smiles you with a wide. He greets you with a wide smile. I'm Jay. What sort of shop is this? Well, you can buy all sorts of armour here, and then if you want weapons, you can get them nearby. Oh really? Where are the weapons sold? Shannon sells them next door. Do you know Shannon? We came to Avernum together. We were some of the last ones to do so before the war started. It was tough, but we were adjusting. Why were you thrown into Avernum? My loud mouth and Shannon's. The Empire can do all the foolish things they want, but talk about it and you get in plenty of trouble. Not an unusual story. That's all I wanted to know. Apothecary. There is a buxom, smiling woman with long black hair sitting behind the counter. A long row of bottles filled with brightly coloured fluid is arrayed before her. I'm a Rosemary. What's in the bottles? These are fine potions which you may purchase from me. This is a time of great demand. Why is demand high? Amara has become the main supply hub for the whole army. Everything they have comes through here. They're always needing new equipment, and they often come to me. I'll buy all sorts of stuff. Curious about something else. Can you tell us where you find your potion ingredients? She's still smiling, but you can tell from her eye that she thinks it's a weird question. Now, a lady never reveals her secrets. Well, I'll purchase some of your wares. Okay.
You meet a heavy-set Moor with a variety of weaponry. He guides you in your gear and seems to approve of what he sees. He grants you with a smile. Greetings, adventurers. I'm Monty. Hi. Are you just passing through? I'm heading on over to Blosk, about 100 miles west. They're in need of good fighters there. What's going on in Blosk? The Empire started attacking there a lot since the barriers came down. They're starting to learn their way around the caves. Good place for a mercenary to be, he thinks. Just between you and me, though, if you go there, keep your eyes open. Word is there's some spying going on. They say that the Empire has spies in Blosk. That's just a rumour. That Blosk has a lot of trouble with that. It means they may need good men all the more. Alright, have a nice day. You meet a short, round woman clad in a rough mage's robes, designed for travelling. She shakes her hand gently. I'm Laura. Well met. Well met indeed, my lady. May I ask you about your future plans? My familiar and I are heading back to the Tower of the Magi. I want to learn more about the Vanati, and seems to be the best place. We have met the Vanati. They are strange people. Oh yes, everyone's talking about them, but especially mages. A whole new people to learn skills from. Pity so many of them hate us. Still, they're on everyone's mind. A soldier at Fort Emerald, he even claimed some of them were nearby. You don't happen to remember the soldier's name? A soldier named Brian. Ask him about the Vanati if you want. He claims somewhere nearby, near an Empire outpost, although that's impossible. It must have been hallucinating. Why would the Vanati be consorting with Empire troops? What is a familiar? My magical animal companion Dagger. If you see her, you can say hi, but don't expect politeness. She's not a happy animal. Meet a woman with a look of travelled from one end of Avernum to the other. She is perched on top of a stool, tuning a guitar. Instruments like hers are extremely rare in Avernum. Hello, travellers, she says. I'm Gypsy. Nice instrument. Thanks, Rangers. I spent a year making it on the surface. When I was thrown down here for singing a bawdy ballad mocking the stiffs in power, they were merciful enough to let me take it down here with me. Travelling and playing is my life now. I just came over from Darman. Darman? Where's that? Never been there. Big city under a hill, well to the west. Probably the busiest place in Avernum. Why is it so busy? Never seen people move faster in all of Avernum than there now. You see, the big front between us and the Empire is just north of there. Lots of action, lots of fighting. I'm staying away from there for a while. I want to live to keep playing. With that, she says, plays a rousing song on her guitar. You stand entranced. It's been a long time since you've heard surface world music. You spend a peaceful hour listening to her play before you move on. An immaculately groomed Nephar stands proudly behind an immaculate clean bar. He bows. I'm Hermit. Welcome to my inn. His speech is unusually clear for a Nephil or Nephar. Hello, is this your inn? I own this inn.
How I came to have it is an odd tale, but it is mine and I run it with pride. You may buy my fine rations or get a room for a mere 5 coins, and it is one of the few that sells the fine Almarian wine. I'd like to hear the tale if you'd like to tell it. Rhiannon, a kind lady, ran this inn before me. She took me in when I was but a kit, during the wars between your people and mine. She raised me, and when she died, may she find rest. The inn was left to me. People feared me at first, but they got used to me quickly enough, and now I own this inn. Would like to buy some wine? Need a room for the night. May I cancel your kindness and proudly schedule a beautiful clean room, not a spot of dust or mould. You spend a very pleasant and restful nights. Dresser is very dusty and the clothes inside weak and mildew. It appeared that someone moved into this room, left it some time ago, and didn't come back. Under a filthy robe you find a slender, heavy worn book. Brought down from the surface, you zip through its contents and find that it contains writing in a magical script. The tome is a spell book. Most of the spells have been torn out, probably to be passed around and studied by others. One spell, however, seems to be potentially useful. You learn how to cast a spell Healing Free here. You concentrate and try to memorize it. With work, everyone who has enough skill to understand the spell learns it. Interesting. Setting all at the end of this long dead end. At the end, you notice an odd blue stone. You push it, nothing happens. You think you hear someone moving on the other side of the wall, but you aren't sure. Weird. Okay. So I'm going to leave it here. This has been Vane doing Let's Play Avernum 2. If you like what you see in here, be sure to like, subscribe, share, and comment. Please consider sponsoring me on Patreon, and until next time, goodbye.